Okay, let's start. I love Batman, Superman, the Batman Superman movie. I think that's what it's called. Yes, the Batman Superman movie. Just checking if I read it right. Read it right. Yeah, I did. So, in Gotham, Joker has the broken into Gotham's jewelry store and steals something that turns out after Joker says to Lex Luthor it's made out of solid kryptonite. They use this to lure Superman in a trap. Well, Batman and Superman playing Who Gets the Girl? Lois Lane. That's the girl that the trophy is. And most of the story of the conflict between Batman and Superman is not only not anything like how doing the right thing should go about it, but like in Batman v Superman or the comics, it's who gets to win the girl over and who gets late first, who gets the better date, and who shows her the better night out in town and the better in bed. Batman wins most of the points because it shows that because part of the reasons is Batman has better chemistry with more common Lois than Clark has with Lois, and Lois ain't into Clark. She's into Superman. She's into Superman, but Lois is not into Batman, but she's into Bruce Wayne. The other two of their identities is the one she's not crazy about, can't pretty much stand. And Batman finds, even when she finds the truth who Batman is, she's still not into Batman, but she's still into Bruce Wayne. And he makes a comment how it's so bizarre, Clark. She's into you and me, but not our other identities. When she knows that what our identities are. So they start to understand the true all those can be, that she's a bit of a chore to put up with. So they start seeing. That's when they start seeing eye to eye, and then they start seeing more eye to eye when Superman offers to team up with him, and Batman sees no other way. Doesn't see any reason why they shouldn't. Now that they've gotten to know each other agreeing over a woman, that they're not really fighting anymore, and this is in the third act. And so they go to stop Luthor and Joker. Luthor backstabs Joker and decides to just kill him and Harley. But he doesn't want to use his transfer, so he has his assistant do it, Mercy. His secretary, I think his secretary or his secretary / limo driver, Mercy. However, his plan backfires because Joker outsmarts both of them. And Luthor asks, what the heck why are you doing all this? Why are you destroying everything I made? And because that's when he realized Joker's actually absolute bonkers. Could go for Cocoa Puffs. And took that to realize how it took backstabbing Joker to Joker backstabbing them and outsmarting them to realize that he's Cocoa for Cocoa Puff because he's basically going to destroy most of Metropolis because Batman took away everything what mattered to him of his involving his business anyway, his crime lord business. So most of his crime stuff has been shut down because Batman has made business shitty for the Joker. So he wants to do the same thing to Lex Luthor. And that's also the reason why he wanted to team up Lex Luthor in the first place, but that didn't work out. Also, this was this really cool scene when this ambush scene when Batman decides to save Superman, and after Joker realized he made one mistake, Superman's wearing a mask, so he can't, so he doesn't have the kryptonite not affect him. So he just pulls his ass on the mask and burning the mask, but not burning Superman. So Superman starts dying and losing his strength. Batman comes to save him and tells him to suck up, or Joker gets the last laugh. And they all fly out together, and Superman gives this awesome kick-ass line. Tim Daly Superman, who is my favorite next to Henry Cavill Superman, saying that keep your heads down, and he just makes it sound so badass and epic. That's the power of Tim Daly Superman, and they do a good job balancing out, showing equally amount of screen time of Superman and Batman. Superman's doing most of the saving, while Batman's doing mostly focus on the big prize, which is getting the girl. So, while also doing detective work on the Joker and Lex Luthor. And he interrogates Lex Luthor, asking what kind of deal he made with him, and that's when that's why Lex Luthor backstab Joker, because he realizes he's got Batman on his ass, up his ass now, because he came right into his doorsteps. So he realizes that's when he has to cut Joker out of the picture permanently, and that didn't work. As I stated, he didn't work because Joker outsmarted Luthor, figured that would happen because he knows Batman a little too well. And it's I love how the movie makes a comment how both of these never came close to being the own enemy, but when Luthor takes on Batman and Luthor doesn't take on Batman, but sadly, at all, he doesn't do any villain stuff in this. But when Joker takes on Superman, he actually almost won the first time in ways he never even came close to Batman. So, wow. And Joker had Lex Luthor doubt him because he couldn't take on Batman, who was a human, but he thinks that he could take on Superman, who was an alien, because that doesn't make sense. And this makes Joker go crazy because he actually is asked if he can pay him $1 million to kill Superman, and the reason why he stole that thing from the banker is to solve kryptonite, so he can use that against Superman, and it's a big chunk of kryptonite. That's a sculpture. So yeah, he could definitely kill Superman with that now. So he melts the kryptonite thing and turns it into actual gas in the room, for the entire room, to circling in the entire room. But I guess he didn't count on. He did count on Batman helping him because he decided to just blow up the factory. That was Lex Luthor's factory. And it was for nothing because it didn't work. Anyway, so Batman and Superman team up after realizing the Lois is a piece of work. And they both disappear and take off. They do the disappearing act together. So, well, technically Superman does the disappearing act, while Batman does the disappearing act of putting his Batman clothes on. And Lois tries to stop him. I love how Lois tries to stop him, but Batman's so stubborn he doesn't want it to stop because he's Batman. Too bad the Val Kilmer one and the Christian Bale one couldn't get that Batman's obsessive compulsive, unlike Ben Affleck's one and Adam West's one and the one on Gotham when it comes to crime fighting. For live adaptation, there are many animated Batmans that get that Batman's obsessive compulsive when it comes to crime fighting anyway. So, anyway, they team up and save everyone that's on the plane while the plane's crash landing. That Joker was flying and playing with pressing all the buttons because he didn't know which was the right red button. But you know, Luthor told him which red button Luthor told him it's a red button, and there were several red buttons on the control, so you just press all of them. And that's when things really escalated. So, they take down Joker, and while the plane is crashing, Joker literally could possibly turn into pudding and into ashes. Because, wanna know why? Because Batman decided to make a joke. Because he could save everyone, him and Superman could save everyone except for Joker. So, because Batman says, I got Clint, you get Lex. So he decides to save them. And, I'm getting the feeling that Batman just let Joker die because he took things a little too far this time. Well, of course, not as far as he did in the Return of the Joker. This is the second farthest thing that he's done since Return of the Joker because of all the collateral damage. This is the worst collateral damage the Joker, this incarnation of Mark Hamill's Joker has done. That takes place in the Superman universe of the animated series, the Tim Daly's animated series. That's the guy who voices Superman in the movie and also the animated series. That came out in the 90s or 80s. And also Batman the animated series voice. Once again, have Kevin Costner reprising his role as Batman, and he brings his all game into it. And it is awesome to hear his Bruce Wayne persona and his Batman persona. As awesome as to hear Tim Daly again to play Superman, because I just like this version of Superman. So yeah, Quinn gets back and sent back to Arkham, while Luthor and Mercy get off the hook completely. And it's kind of hints at that Joker's probably dead in this universe, but no, they bring him back. Because like Batman, I love the joke that Batman makes when Quinn's reaction to the plastic plane crashing. She says, "Pudding!" And Batman decides to make this joke. It goes like this. He says, "At this point, he probably is." He didn't laugh, but I laughed, but it was funny. He just delivered it with a serious, straight, brooding face. That was very intense. And, it was so funny. So yeah, Batman goes going back to Gotham as Bruce Wayne, and Clark gets the girl because Batman let him win. And he tells him to be good to her because I know where you live. Because in other words, and Superman smiles, and because he knows he's completely honest about that, because he's basically saying if he doesn't be good to Lois, he's going to kick his ass. I also like the scene when Batman gets the drop on Superman by pulling out this little fragment of kryptonite, and this like wants to tell the information to very briefly to Superman why he's here and Metropolis, and Superman doesn't like his vigilante-ness and how he goes about things, so this touched on, but that's not the reason why it creates conflict between these two. And Superman finds out Batman's identity by looking through his mask using his X-ray vision, and Batman figures out Clark's identity by using his Batman tracker that he planted on his cape. And I love how Superman just like crushes it and is all pissed. And he's just like, "This is line touche." I love how like Batman just salutes him and just takes off once he's figured out that he's being looked at by Superman, and he finds out Superman and Clark Kent are the same person. It's just such a funny scene and very amusing and also kind of intense also. So it makes a very fun scene. And I'm giving this movie a 10 out of 10 anyway. And I told you, so how it ends with Batman being the bigger man and letting Superman get the girl. Even though he was the one that was winning and getting the girl, because he has more in common with Lois, actually. And the romance part with Bruce and Lois, very romantic, and you really feel like these two get each other in ways Superman doesn't get Lois. This version of Superman. And so yeah, I also like that part of the whole movie. And I think that's all I want to talk about for now.